Comedy Stop. She's a local comedian. She's from the Clinton area. She performs for us as often as we can get her. And I'd like you to give a nice, warm Periwinkles, Auburn, Oxford line welcome to Miss Kris Bert LeDuc.
Everybody having fun tonight?
Yeah!
All right, I know where Mark is. Anyways, I am so excited to be here tonight with all you guys because I am out celebrating my birthday tonight. Thank you. It was actually several months ago, but I'm celebrating it all year long because it was the big one. I turned 39 for the second time. You know, since I started getting old, I started looking at myself in the mirror and I started seeing the grays coming in. I turned to my husband, I said, honey, time to start coloring the hair. He goes, no, 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 don't do that. I like it, it's cute. I think he just doesn't want me to get hit on. I keep telling him it's the fat ass that's keeping that from happening. But since I started getting old, you know, I figured, you know, it was about time, you know, to get into shape and to get healthy, you know, something besides round. So I decided, what is the best way to lose weight? Go on The Biggest Loser, right? So I went to Boston to audition for The Biggest Loser. I learned a couple of things while I was there. First of all, I am not the fattest chick in the world. By far. And secondly, if you're large, whether you're male or female, do not wear red and white vertically striped shirts because you look like a table at TGI Fridays. Well, I didn't get on the show, so I had to do things my own way, so I decided to join a gym. Do you have any gym goers here? Oh, we got a couple back there. Well, anybody who's ever been to the gym, you go there, and the first time you meet with a trainer, they give you your evaluation. Now, I understand that the questions are rather generic, but there are just some questions you don't need to ask. For example, why do you want to go to the gym? Apparently working out is bad for your eyes. But I started going to the gym, you know, and I started losing some weight, and it wasn't going fast enough. So I said to a friend of mine who had lost a ton of weight, I'm like, what did you do to work out? You know, what did you do to lose the weight? She says, oh, I did Zumba. You know, that's that salsa, you know, slutty, sexy dance. Yeah. I said, you know what, I'm too uncoordinated for that. She says, no, 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 no. It's very repetitive, you catch on quick, and if you look around, there's usually someone worse off than you. I said, like drinking. Very repetitive, you catch on quick, and if you look around, there's usually someone worse off than you. But what I decided to do is I decided to do kickboxing. And I absolutely love kickboxing. And when you do kickboxing, there's a lot of calisthenics that you have to do. Okay? But you know what? I've lost 35 pounds doing kickboxing, and I absolutely love it. Thank you. I absolutely love it. And well, a friend of mine said to me, Kris, when you lose the weight, the first place you're going to lose the weight is in your boobs. Yeah, bullshit. 35 pounds down, and Shirley and Maria are still the same size they always were. But there is an advantage and a disadvantage to being, you know, big-chested and doing kickboxing. For example, push-ups are a breeze. I don't have to go down very far. And then I bounce right back up. But sit-ups are a bitch. But actually, since I've been doing a lot of, you know, since I've lost the weight, I started doing things that I haven't done in a while, right? I've been playing softball. Yes, I'm straight, but I've been playing softball. And the team that I'm on is really, really good. As soon as they learn how to catch and field and hit, they're going to be awesome. But other things I did, I was able to travel, right? I'm so happy I got in, and you know, I could sit down comfortably in the plane seat. It was awesome. And I'm flipping through the onboard magazine, and it says when you travel, you should drink a lot of water. It's good for your circulation. circulation. Yeah, bullshit. I might be able to fit in the seat. I'm not fitting in that fucking bathroom. No fucking way. The other sport I've actually been doing is bowling. Yes, it's a sport, but I've been doing bowling. My husband and I actually joined a bowling league, okay? And my husband's up and he throws the ball down. It gets halfway and I start cheering. It's a strike. And then hits the pins and it all goes down. Friend, guy in the next lane over goes, you know, you shouldn't prematurely cheer. I look at him and said, hey, I know my husband's balls. Oh. Very well, thank you. But actually, you know, I was talking about being old. I think the thing that really makes me feel old is the fact that I have a teenage son. Anybody have to deal with teenagers here at all? Oh, yeah. I got a couple of grumbles. There's a couple of teenage parents out there, yeah. I mean, they are a pain in the ass to discipline. When my son pisses me off, I have to take away the only thing that's important to him, his cell phone. I took his cell phone away. He threw a temper tantrum that'll make any 2-year-old proud. He's like, Mom, what happens if someone sends me a text? So pick up the house phone, call them, see what they want. Well, Mom, they're going to think I'm a geek. I'm like, honey, you're on the robotics team. They already think you're a geek. He's actually in college now. So, you know, he's out of UMass Dartmouth. So the only way we can communicate is via Facebook. So whenever he puts a status on, I have to comment because it is my God-given right as a parent to embarrass the shit out of him. So we put some comment about no strings attached, no commitment is a good thing. So I wrote, aw, did my baby have his first one-night stand? He calls me up, he says, Mom, how did you know? There's just some things moms don't need to know. It was actually interesting because he proceeded to tell me that the next day, this girl made it official with her girlfriend. And I'm like, wow, honey, you do take after your father. Yeah, that's why I divorced him. But, actually, you know, I do worry about him because I know what I did when I was that age. I'm like, come on, you remember the first time you got stoned, right? Come on, there you go. Your eyes are all bloodshot. And my mom said to me, Kris, what's the matter with your eyes? And I'm like, oh, they're itchy. She goes, well, doesn't Dana have a cat? And I'm like, yeah. So to this day, my parents still think I'm allergic to cats. Actually, I went to a Catholic all-girls high school. And then I went into the Navy. So I went from nuns to drill instructors. What a relief. First time that drill instructor is screaming at me, I started laughing. He's like, what's your major malfunction, recruit? I'm like, dude, I just came from nuns. You got nothing. When I was deciding to join the Navy, you know, I wanted to go into the military, but I wasn't sure which one to go to. So I decided I was watching the commercials, and I wanted to see which one had the best slogan. So that's why I went into the Navy. It's like, life, it's not just a job. Navy, it's not just a job, it's an adventure. Yeah. And now their new one is the global force for good. I mean, that's freaking awesome. You have the Air Force, aim high, above all. Last wars that I've seen, they were on the ground. Then you have the Army of one, be all you can be. Yeah, that sounded too much like be prepared, and I didn't want to go with a bunch of Boy Scouts, or Scout leaders for that matter. And then there was the Marines, a few good men, you know, the few, the proud. The last time I've seen the few good men that were that proud, it was in a parade at P-Town. I'm actually very proud of my Navy service. I'm very proud. I've been to 5 of the 7 continents. I've lived in Hawaii for a few years. I've rode horseback in the outback of Australia. The thing that I'm most proud of is I have been drunk in more countries than most people can name. It's awesome. You know, I was on a ship, obviously. I was in the Navy. So when you go to different ports, you go out and you buy the stuff that's common to that area. So we pulled into Singapore, so it was silk. So this one girl went out and bought silk sheets, silk pajamas, which is great, but she put them on her bed on the ship. Ship took a roll, she went flying on her rack. I would love to see her explain that one to medical. Anyways, do you have any sports fans here? Like football? Baseball? How about NASCAR? All right. Okay, all of you that didn't clap, after I finish telling this, y'all gonna be NASCAR fans. All right, you go to a Red Sox game, Fenway Park. There's no tailgating. All right, I will grant there is a lot of bars around there, but there's no tailgating. You get inside, how much is a beer? It's like $8, right? You go to a Patriots game, Gillette Stadium. Tailgating is 4 hours. Not bad. You get inside, a beer is like $12. Yeah, I was in the clubhouse, but yeah, $12. You go to a NASCAR race. Tailgating is 7 days. Have you ever seen 20 drunk rednecks coming out of a conversion van after a night of drinking? It ain't a pretty sight. And how much is a beer when you get inside the track? Who the hell knows? You can bring your own beer inside. That's a sport. I gotta tell you, NASCAR races, it's awesome for people watching. It's great. But don't try to sleep there. I actually was trying to sleep. We're a camper up there. And I found out how many times 30 drunk men can sing Friends in Low Places at 3 o'clock in the morning. Usually followed by Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. And every woman that walked by them got serenaded with, why don't we get drunk and screw? This one. The best thing, one thing about NASCAR is they have the greatest shirts. And I saw this shirt that I gotta find and I gotta buy a gross of them. It said, I would much rather have a sister that lives in a whorehouse than a brother who's a Yankees fan. All right, that's my time.
Ladies and gentlemen, let it hear it. Keep it going for Miss Kris Bert LeDuc. All right, you folks having a good time? Yeah. Yeah.